Hey guys, what's up? This is your girl Tara with Coaching for Life. I'm back out here at the park today. The weather's changed a little bit here in Michigan. We're having some rain and we are also just, not quite as much sunshine today. But as you can see, the grass is still green. It's still beautiful out here, so I'm still so grateful to be in my favorite little place so I can take a minute to just talk with you guys. I wanted to do a video today on the topic of how to work through stressful situations or circumstances that are occurring right now at this moment. So maybe you're in the middle of your workday, maybe you have family at your home for the holidays, maybe you are moving around, taking care of errands, or you're in your car and something stressful is happening right now at this very moment, and you're just feeling so overwhelmed and like this is just too much. So today's video actually addresses that very thought, and I want to leave you guys with a really nice and simple process that you can use if you're in the middle of a stressful moment. And it's one that I use all the time, and of course it includes my favorite thing to do, which is to breathe. So I'm going to share that process with you. The reason why I thought about talking about this topic today is because as I'm just walking around or in the middle of my day, or maybe I'm interacting with other individuals, I may notice something. And then as I take note, my attention gets drawn to it even further, and I just start to take note of like how people are reacting to a situation and just the general energy around a situation as it's happening. So in this particular situation, without giving away too much information about the individuals in the situation, I just noticed that when there's a lot of people in a space and say the energy is kind of hectic or a little stressful, or maybe there's anxiety in the air, then everybody else starts to pick up on that energy, and before you know it, you have like this human melee of all of these people who are kind of spinning and kind of bouncing this energy off of one another. And then as that's happening, you might start to begin to feel like, oh wow, I'm feeling that way now. I'm feeling affected by that energy. So I'm here to tell you, I used to be a person who dealt with anxiety, and I also dealt with some depressive thoughts in the past. One of the ways that I was able to work through that with holistic processes was by, first of all, taking a moment when you're in a situation and you notice that it's heading that direction, like you can tell that there's a feeling beginning to brew inside of you that's starting to feel like anxiety, it's starting to feel like stressful, then take a minute, notice that. And I know it feels like a minute, feels like, okay, I don't have time for that, I'm in the middle of this. But that's exactly when you need to take that second. Because when you get to a place where time is just kind of speeding up around you and events are occurring and you don't have time to process anything and you are in a reactionary mode, that's when you know that the energy that's around you is moving you. So instead of allowing energy that's displeasing or stressful to move you, be the one to move the energy. So as I was stating before, take a minute. Take a deep breath. Hold it for a second and then push that breath out. And as you're pushing that breath out, you're going to be pushing in the abdomen. So basically you're holding that abdomen in as that air is expelling. So it's almost the opposite of what you would naturally do if you were breathing. Normally, as you're inhaling, you'll find that your stomach naturally kind of just comes out. But we want to do the opposite because we want to use the abdomen to push all that air out of the diaphragm. And then when you're inhaling, you're going to be expanding the rib cage. So you should see the rib cage rising As you're taking that breath in, holding it, and then pushing that breath out while bringing in that abdomen area until all of that air is released. Now, as this process is happening, and you're going to do this, by the way, 3 times, okay? And the reason why I say 3 times is we want to give the body an opportunity to settle into a different energetic state than the one that it's currently in. So if we only do it once, it will feel a little better. But if we do it 3 times, we're going to really notice a difference. So take a second, do that 3 times. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation, and then do that a 3rd time. By that 3rd time of breathing, you should begin to notice that you've calmed down some. Your thoughts will become clearer. You'll be able to see what's happening that's keeping that energy going. And then you'll be able to think on how you need to redirect yourself around whatever is happening that's creating that energy. And this is especially prevalent when we're inside of a group of people, or there's a physical group of people around us and we're trying to work on something and everybody's kind of involved and just in the space, and we may start to pick up on that energy. And that's only natural, because as humans, whether we're aware of the processes of energy or not, we naturally will be affected by energy because it's touching our outer field. So as that energy is touching us, we begin to pick up sensations. We may start to feel differently. But this is why in my other videos I talk so much about starting a regular meditation process as well too. Because what you'll find is, as you're meditating daily for 5 to 10 minutes a day at a minimum, that you'll start to see improvements in your ability to energetically keep your field around your body intact in a way that's pleasing, so that way you're not so easily affected when somebody steps into your energetic space who's maybe, stressed out or anxious, or maybe an emotion or an energy that you're not really trying to deal with and that isn't really coming from you. You'll be able to keep that field in a stronger and a more positive state, and you'll be able to basically take on more throughout your day. Instead of feeling stressed out or taxed the first person that steps into your space whose energy is a little bit off. So I wanted to share that thought today. That's based off of personal experience, but I know in talking with so many people that this whole issue of being in a moment and just feeling like very reactionary, like you don't have time to think, like you're reacting instead of actually processing and saying, wait a minute, hold on. What is happening here that is causing me to feel the way that I feel? So if you're not able to get into a place where you have a moment to think about why it is you're reacting the way you're reacting, chances are you've been affected by external energy. Or it's also possible that your own energy may have shifted due to external stimuli. And at that point, once again, doing that simple process of taking 3 deep inhalations and 3 deep exhalations, and just allowing the mind to settle such that you can go into a state of thoughtfulness and mindfulness instead of a state of reactionary or taking steps without thought. And once you get back into that place where you're able to process thought again, you'll find that you'll be able to very easily think your way around the situation, or at least have a better understanding of why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And that, for me, I don't know about you, helps so much, especially when I feel like things have kind of gotten crazy and a little out of control. It brings it back in centered, so that way I can feel better about my day and about the work that I'm doing. So I hope this video was helpful. If you haven't had a chance yet, please like, share, and subscribe. We definitely want to grow our conscious and mindful community. so we can help as many people as possible to be connected with self, and by doing that we make the world a better place. So definitely like, share, and subscribe. Check out our other social media channels on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And if you have thoughts about different ways that you decompress and help yourself to come back center so that way you can think and process better, please leave those comments below and share those with members of the community so that way others can be benefited by those thoughts and expressions. And definitely, if you have any questions or thoughts that you need me to respond to, you can leave a comment, or you can contact us through the Facebook page or the Coaching for Life Gmail account as well. So I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you are, and I hope that you're having a lovely start to your fall. It's beautiful here in Michigan. I hope it's beautiful wherever you are, and I can't wait to talk with you next time in our next video. Once again, this is Tara with Coaching for Life. Talk with you soon.